many people look at you and they see you as the ultra successful CFO. But I would imagine that as you were climbing the ladder, there were perhaps failures that you had to overcome. Is there a failure in your life that you would say you came to value because it taught you so much about yourself and how to lead?
Yes, I think we all have many failures along the way. I think the one I probably talk about the most with my teams is at one point in my career, two of my bosses left Morgan Stanley, the two people with whom I worked most closely, and they went to work at Smith Barney. And they invited me to join them in a great role to run something really important. And I didn't really want to leave Morgan Stanley. I was pregnant with our second child. And at that point in my career, all I could hear was something a managing director had said in front of me, in front of a client, which is women may come back to work after their first child, but they don't ever come back after their second, or they certainly don't make it after the second. And I was terrified. I was terrified. This was in 1991. Yeah. And I was worried that if my two bosses left, I was going to be in an environment without those who really had sort of protected and coached me along the way. And I wasn't very direct with people as I was exploring whether to stay at Morgan Stanley or leave. And I left. And after a very short period of time, I said, you know what, this place isn't for me, different culture, different approach. I want to go back to Morgan Stanley. And I was told I couldn't because at that point, so many people had left.
Yeah.
Fortunately, 2.5 years later, I was invited to come back and thrilled, and I did. And the main important lesson that I've told people repeatedly is if you're in a position where you're thinking of leaving a role, put everything on the table. Make it really clear what's on your mind. You might be surprised and you might be told, you know what, you're wrong, or there's a better role for you. You might have your issue addressed. And if you don't, you'll never wonder. I am 100% confident if I had been direct and said, here's my concern, I heard this, it worries me, I would have been told that was grossly inappropriate, it was wrong, the firm didn't agree with it, and I would have had my issues addressed. I didn't put everything on the table, and that was the wrong thing to do. And so I think anybody who's thinking about a tough choice, just be direct about it, because you're probably going to be surprised.